Okay, we are starting a little bit late, but I have spent the better part of this entire afternoon having to fix a lot of problems with this PC. Trying to see, okay, video processing. Where does it show the video encoding? Video decode. Video decode 1. Where's video encode, though? I don't know. This GPU's pegged at like 100%. Yeah, so just like last week we tested the integrated graphics on the Ryzen 7 8700G. That was the APU converted to desktop. This time we're doing the exact same thing to test Intel's APU, this is essentially an APU, because both the 8700G and this new Intel Core Ultra series contain pretty robust integrated graphics units. They also both have the AI neural processing units. And part of the problems that I was having yesterday with this CPU actually was due to the fact that the memory was not stable. And I was troubleshooting why my NPU would not activate. And it turns out if the RAM is unstable, or I don't know if it's the RAM being unstable, because I couldn't tell if the RAM was unstable, but I run the RAM at a low speed, like 4800 for example, and lo and behold, the NPU starts working. So that kind of indicates that it is very sensitive to high voltage and or instability or something. Or it's like it just doesn't like the memory running really, really fast. But the integrated graphics works fine. The problem is the NPU didn't work. So I had to drop the memory down. I tried a lot of different things today. I tried 4 sticks of memory. I tried 192 gigabytes of memory. I tried 2 sticks at 8,000. I tried 4 sticks at 6,000. I tried 4 dual rank sticks at 6,000. That definitely didn't work. All in all, I tried messing with VCCSA. I tried messing with the IMC voltage. I ended up corrupting my Windows installation and losing all the data and having to restore. So I wasted like 90 minutes doing all of that. And then I basically had to move the computer into a different case because the case that I built it in on the stream yesterday was not set up to handle 250 watt TDP full load power draw, so I had to move it into my Lian Li, which means I had to move my Gigabyte board. I basically had to move 3 different computers around. It was a huge mess. This is the second time that an unstable memory overclock on Intel has corrupted my Windows operating system. The first time this happened to me was trying to do 128 gigs of DDR5 at 5600 on a 13900K last year, and that didn't work. So I was hoping that the memory controller for Arrow Lake would be stronger and more capable of handling the 4 sticks of memory dual rank scenario, but in this case it's no different from Raptor Lake. I tried messing with the impedance values. I tried plugging in my AMD values. That certainly did not work. So I don't know what the problem is, but man, it has just been a lot of problems. I fully understand now why all the reviewers were saying that this product doesn't feel like it's ready for launch. I 100% agree with them now. I thought that I was tech savvy enough to dodge all the pitfalls, but the sort of things that I tried to get running didn't work. For example, I tried to run my RAM at 8,000. The RAM does run at 8,000, but when it's running that fast, the NPU gets disabled. So it's like it shows up in Device Manager with error code 43. Device cannot be started due to either a hardware problem or driver corruption. Reinstalling the NPU driver doesn't help. In fact, the first time I installed the NPU driver, my computer proceeded to give me a blue screen of death in the middle of the installation, corrupting the install. So it's just been a whole bunch of like jumping through hoops and trying a bunch of things and seeing what works. So yeah, the NPU doesn't work if you try to run the RAM at very high speeds. So as a result of that, we cannot test this iGPU with the RAM running at 8000. I have since completely changed the memory, so we are currently running 2 sticks of G-Skill Trident Z5 at 6400. So this is running XMP 6400 on 2 times 48 gigabytes. So I have a total of 96 gigabytes running at 6400. That is 2 48 gigabyte DIMMs. And this works. The integrated graphics works. The NPU works. I can connect a discrete graphics card. That was a whole nother problem, was the discrete graphics card kept turning off the NPU, and I couldn't figure out what was going on until I ran the RAM at a lower speed, and then everything just started working when the RAM was running at a lower speed. So that's that. I'm so sick and tired of trying to get the 8000 working and the NPU working and the iGPU working. None of it was working. I finally gave up on 8000. It was so much easier on AMD. I don't understand why it's so hard on Intel when everybody talks about, oh, Intel could do high DDR5 speeds. Well, now I understand why CUDIM is launching with this platform, because this platform seriously needs CUDIM. Like, we cannot get CUDIM fast enough to save this Arrow Lake launch. Like, this launch is already botched as far as I'm concerned. Like, Windows corruption, memory instability, can't run the NPU when the RAM's at a high speed. You know, like, there's just so many weird caveats, pitfalls, problems, negative things, issues, whatever you want to call it. I wasted the whole day. I basically wasted my entire Saturday. I wasted half of my weekend troubleshooting problems with this computer. Problems that I feel like should not be if this platform launched in a more mature state. So very, very disappointed. Very disappointed. We really need CUDIMs. CUDIMs. We really need that stuff. Because, man, 8000 doesn't work. 8400 doesn't work. I hope that the clock redriver allows the NPU to run. But maybe it's just a behavior that can be fixed with a BIOS update. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to start being a little bit more positive. So we are running the game off of the integrated graphics, as you guys can see here. We have Intel graphics. This is Battle Mage running the game at 1080p, and we have the graphics preset set to standard laptop because this is a laptop part adapted to desktop. No, Cam 2 will not fix this problem. This needs some kind of BIOS update. This needs some kind of, like, I don't know what it needs. I tried running VCCSA at 1.3 volts. That didn't help. I thought maybe the voltage needs to be lower rather than higher because maybe the NPU doesn't like the high voltage. So I tried 1.2 VCCSA. That certainly didn't work. That actually led to operating system corruption due to memory instability. So it's like, yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know what's going to fix this problem. As far as I'm concerned, if somebody asked me what CPU to get, and if they really, really wanted Intel for whatever reason, I would tell them to get the 14th gen. I would totally say get 14th gen. Get the 14700K, the 14600K, or the 14900K. This stuff, this LGA 1851 is a scam. It is fake news. It is a paper launch. It frankly should not be on the market right now. It should not. I'm serious. And boy, does this CPU make the Zen 5 CPUs look so much better. Oh man, they look so much better. Okay, but you guys can see the game is running pretty good. So we're like almost 50 frames. Almost 50 frames. It's using like 60 watts on the iGPU. Afterburner's not updated enough to show the CPU power draw and things like that, so I won't be able to show that on here. But I mean, it's working pretty good. We're streaming off of, like, the integrated... We're using the AV1 encoder on the Arrow Lake chip on the media engine. So we're using AV1. This is an AV1 encoded stream. Am I going to return... I'm probably not going to return the system because I want to see how this system ages. I want to see BIOS updates. I want to see software updates. I want to see all of the above. All of the above. No, I'm not going to return it. I was thinking of returning it, though. Honestly, I was thinking of returning... I came really close. I was really fed up with this system when I got the blue screen and I couldn't get into Windows, and you get the dreaded Windows cannot restore, please insert recovery media, blah, blah, blah. You know, like, oh boy, here we go. Time to reinstall Windows. It's like, that's not cool. The game looks worse than the first Guild Wars. Would I compare? That's a good question, Kevin. So I thought about that. Actually, yesterday I was thinking, like, what does this launch remind me of? This is not as bad as Zen 1. The only problem with Zen 1 was, like, when people tried to run the DDR4 at 3200, it wasn't working. So they had to run it at, like, 2933 or 2666. Other than that, Zen 1, for the most part, was pretty smooth. Now, obviously, it did not perform. It was like really good multi-thread, but it was lacking in single-thread. But other than that, it was actually pretty good. It took like a lot of BIOS updates, though, to get Zen 1 to be in a good position where I would feel comfortable recommending it to a lot of people. But it got there. It got there within like 4 months. 3 months after launch, Zen 1 was actually pretty good. At least if you had one of the better motherboards. Because I myself had the Asus ROG Crosshair 6 Hero. And the other motherboard that I had tested was an MSI X-Power Gaming Titanium. So I had like 2 flagship motherboards that were constantly getting first dibs on BIOS updates. So for me, the Zen 1 launch was totally fine. It wasn't like this. This is like blue screening while installing chipset drivers, blue screening while installing NPU drivers, having to do Windows updates to try to get certain things to install and not tell you that not have the system question whether or not it installed properly, or if it needs to run in compatibility mode, for example. Like, these weird software behavior things. And that doesn't even scratch the surface on the whole, like, anti-cheat not working with some games, and Denuvo. I think Denuvo doesn't have any problems with the CPU, but anti-cheat engine certainly does. So that doesn't even, like, Zen never had those problems. We have these type of problems with this launch, which to Intel's credit, we did have these problems with Alder Lake. When Big Core, Little Core first came out 3 years ago now, a lot of people don't remember this because they probably never bought the 12th gen on launch day like I did. Anti-cheat engine had terrible problems. Denuvo had terrible problems with E-cores and P-cores. They thought you were trying to hack the game because they were like, what is this P-core? What is this E-core? So the anti-cheat engine didn't understand that. So I'm surprised that those issues were fixed for Alder Lake a few months after, or several weeks after the launch. I don't understand why those problems came back. Like, I thought Intel, like, I thought everybody got the message on that. Why are we back to like 3 years ago with anti-cheat engine issues? Like, why is that happening again? You know, like, this is the sort of stuff that's like, really? Like, you know, it doesn't feel like it's ready for prime time when stuff like this happens. Is normal to have 8 gigs of RAM already used just by turning on the PC? I mean, it depends on what sort of applications you have running. So it looks like Battlemage runs at a fixed 2 gigahertz, pulling around 60 watts. Do I notice any power spikes? No, not really. Not from what I've been doing. I mean, now granted, I haven't had enough time to actually test the system. I've had a lot of problems with, like, getting things installed, trying different memory. Like, I've been trying to do a lot of things with memory. And I was really hoping that Intel's memory controller would be better than Raptor Lake when it came to 4 sticks of DDR5. Unfortunately, it is literally the exact same experience. Now, I will say one thing. One thing that is better. When you have 2 sticks of DDR5, 2 sticks of DDR5 on Arrow Lake trains faster than AMD, and it trains faster than Intel's Raptor Lake. So that is one area that's better. It's still not as fast as DDR4, but it is noticeably faster than AMD and Intel's previous DDR5 stuff, like Raptor Lake and Alder Lake. But the moment you try to go with 4 sticks of DDR5, oh boy, it doesn't like 4 sticks of memory. It really doesn't like 4 sticks of memory, to the point where I was thinking, like, should I have tried to buy a 2-DIMM motherboard instead? Should I have gotten the Apex? Was it wrong to get the Hero? You know, I really started questioning the choice on the motherboard when I tried to do 4 sticks of memory, because I was really hoping that Arrow Lake could actually do 4 sticks at... First, I was hoping for 6,000. That failed miserably. Then I tried 5600, hoping that that would work, because that did not work on 13900K. And that also did not work. So I was like, okay, so this memory controller is really no different from the last one when it comes to 4 sticks of DDR5. And that means that that's a huge letdown, to be honest, because that was one area where Intel was sorely lacking. And it made me realize more and more, this processor feels like a laptop processor, and laptops typically only have 2 sticks of memory. So, no, this is Core Ultra 200. Oh, you're right. So this doesn't actually have Battle Mage, does it? This is actually... Yeah, you're right. Isn't Battle Mage in Lunar Lake, but it's not in... It's not in Arrow Lake, right? Isn't it, like, Alchemist? Is this Alchemist? Is this actually Alchemist? Oh, okay. I see. It's revealing its true colors. It's revealing its true colors. Oh, look at that. It's transforming before my very eyes. What's happening? Oh, look, it's Alchemist. Oops. Oops. I think I need to rename the entire stream now. Because I think, yeah, Alchemist. Alchemist, you're right. Oh, the desktop didn't get the better iGPU. Okay. No wonder this thing is doing worse than the 8700G. I was thinking, like, man, I could have sworn 8700G was doing better than this. That makes a lot of sense now. Okay. So yeah, this thing's not gonna outperform that. But I mean, to me, like, okay, let's queue up for something. Let's queue up for something in here. Instead of listening to this Halloween music the whole time. Let me see if this is actually playable. Yeah, it would have been really good if it was, but see, this is that's another letdown. That's another letdown with this launch. It doesn't even have Battle Mage. This would have been a nice little preview into that. But no, it has to be Alchemist. All right, let's see. This is the exact same fight that I did on the 8700G last weekend. All right, let's see how it's doing. Everything's so small because I'm playing this on a little windowed mode in the middle of the 4K monitor. Okay, well, if that guy wants to do the thing, then I'm going over here then. If he wants to main tank, you main tank then. I don't care. I'm just gonna stand here. I can barely see it. Everything's so tiny. Maybe it would be better if I just left it as Battle Mage, but no, because then we'd get all these people that would come into the stream saying, hey, this is not Battle Mage. You know what I'm saying? So might as well just put the correct name. The frame times are quite bad, but it is playable though. I am able to react fast enough. It's not like it's hindering me. This is fourfold. 1, 2, 2 and 3 are there, and then 4. 1, 2, and 3. This game's gonna get an expand, or it's gonna get like a patch soon, like in November. I can barely see my allies because the afterburner thing is in the way. Are you referring to the laptop? Because they're currently pretty much on par with each other. Either AMD's iGPU on Strix Point is better, or they're basically the same. If you're talking about right now, like with these desktop parts, it's 8700G. The 8700G is faster than this. We looked at it last week. We'll see how this runs Dragon's Dawn. We're going to basically test the exact same games that we tested last week. This is the first one that I started with, which is why we're doing this again. Wrath of Zeus. This feels like the way the camera movement is, it feels like I'm playing this in like slow mode or something. It's like I feel like I'm playing it on a ROG Ally. This group is doing pretty good though. They are DPSing very well. This fight's going by pretty fast. What's funny is neither one of these NPUs on desktop qualify for Microsoft's Copilot Plus. This is 5? Okay. That was 1, 2, 3. And then we don't move anymore. Okay, that other tank is doing bad. I'm gonna have to put my tank back up. My tank stance is not up. I'm going to have to get it from this guy because this guy's gonna cause some problems. Yeah, we're gonna have to do this. There we go. That's how you save the group. That is how you tank. No, it does. I tested it last week. It does have it. If it's RDNA 3 based, it has it. Oop, we were too far to the left. Where this is going to be better than the 8700G is in the multi-thread. Because this has way more threads because it's a 20 core part, whereas that's a 16 thread, but it's only 8 physical threads or 8 physical cores. Okay, I don't know where to go. I guess we're running out here. I still got hit. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh man, oh we lost the healer. Not enough people were stacked there. Thanks for the sub. The main goal of this game is to generate epilepsy? What? What? Oh, I think I have most of the spell effects turned off for the other players. I like the main goal. Oh no, don't die, don't die, don't die. Don't die. I'll heal you. I'll shield you up. Okay, here we go, boys. Can't let those healers die. It's like, Gohan, put that earring on. He drops it. Up! Both healers die. Wow! Oh, what? How did we all die? What? Oh, healers are both dead. What? Man, this group was doing so good, too. The DPS on this group was better than the one from last week. Something happened there. Like the healers died. I tried to shield one of them, but the other one still died. I mean, it's so weird playing it like this. I'm getting so used to the 40 FPS that the way the animation looks to me, it's like it doesn't look choppy. It just looks like it's slowed down. Here we go again. Yeah, you know what I should have tried? Instead of doing this, although this is for the sake of testing the same exact scene, the same exact fight that we did last week. But the This is a good way to test the same scene. That way it's consistent with the other APU. But what I will say is we should probably test the Fall Guys event, because Fall Guys is in here right now. I just remembered that. And I didn't even see the pattern at all. Okay. I just stare at somebody because I didn't even pay attention. I was talking too much. I didn't catch the pattern. Hey, Mystic. Hey, Neon TV. Yeah, this is the game running on standard laptop preset at 1080p resolution. Oh, you know what's also kind of sad is this is a game that a lot of people play, but it had performance regressions. This game runs better on Raptor Lake and on AMD than it does on the new Intel Core Ultra. And then obviously, because it's an MMO, obviously X3D is going to dominate in the title in the league of its own. But regular Ryzen and Raptor Lake from Intel, 13, 14 gen, those two are both very good at this game, better than this CPU. Despite not having the 3D cache. Why am I streaming today? Because we're testing the new Intel Arrow Lake APU. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. The 40 frames per second is getting to me. It's like I'm seeing the thing activate at at a slower time. All the explosions and all the bright colors. I think we're doing a lot better this time. So far, no one's really made any mistakes. 3 and 4 combined. 2, 3, don't move. Now move. Everybody spread out. Everybody spread out. I'm taking the back. Taking the back wall. No, don't let him die. This is so Monster Hunter right here. This is like a Monster Hunter move. I feel like I'm fighting like Kirin. The Kirin from Monster Hunter World. Y2K 3D? What? After 9999 something, but what would it be called? They'll probably just go up to like 10,000. What? Oh, I looked at that one too late. Oh, that's a lot of lightning on the ground. Too much voltage. Lower that VCCSA. I don't know where to stand, people. Oh, no, don't die. Oh, don't die. No, you're not dying. Not today. I'm not doing this a third time. Not doing this again. We're ending this fight now. I've had enough of this. Oh, it's gonna become Ryzen Ultra? Oh no. Hyper cannon. Get behind the tank. Did you guys... So, remember what I was saying back in August or July? Do you guys remember when we were talking about the X3D? Remember? Do you guys remember what I said? I said that I think for the Zen 5 X3D, AMD is gonna change the way they design it. Like they're gonna change the layout. They're either gonna make the cache go wide, or they're gonna put the thing upside down. And I don't know if you guys saw the latest leaked article talking about that basically they flipped it upside down, which is what I thought they were gonna do, because I was saying that back in the summer. I'm just saying I'm gonna roll on everything. Just roll on everything. Except these. Okay. This is one of those just roll on everything weeks. Oh wait, whoops, I forgot to roll on that one. There you go. Did I get the orchestration thing? No. Yes. Remember what I said? I said that... Do you guys remember? We talked about this in a stream back in July or August. It was before the Zen 5 launch. I remember talking about this. We had paint up and we drew some stuff. We were talking about how they could redo the CCD to allow for higher clocks. And I said that what I could see them doing is either move the 3D to the side of the cores, so it becomes more planar, which would mean that the CCD physically has to become larger because it becomes flatter and wider. Or I said that they could literally turn it upside down, but I wasn't sure back then. I thought they were going to make it go wide, because if they made it wide and flat, it would be easier to cool from a heat transfer perspective. But it looks like, based off of the article, that they're going to make it upside down, right? So the 3D V-cache is going to be underneath the CCD, and the CCD will be at the top, and then it will have direct access to the IHS, so it'll be able to cool, or the heat will be able to escape the CCD faster, like a normal non-X3D processor. If that's true, that means that the X3D might be able to benefit from traditional overclocking the same way that the standard Ryzen CPUs do. And that means that it's going to be a pretty good machine. It's going to be a pretty good processor overall if they've figured out how to get it to work that way. If that's true, though. I don't know if that's true. It seems like it's a rumor. But when the teaser on Twitter said X3D reimagined, that sort of indicates that they are going to do that. The 7950 X3D can wait until 9950 X3D. Yeah, if you have a 7950 X3D, you should wait for the 9950 X3D. The 9950 X3D will get all the benefits of the newer design. So, and the other thing too is the architecture. The Zen 5 architecture is a lot better than Zen 4, and it's more efficient. So that's why I feel like the one CPU that's probably not going to disappoint is the 9800 X3D. Out of all the processors that have launched this year. Now, you know what's funny? the 8700G also counts as a processor that launched this year. And it's actually quite good for what it is, for what it's priced at. Yeah, this is... So this seems like it's actually quite playable. Where... How do I go to... Let's do something here. Before we leave this... Let me do one thing. Let's go to the gold saucer. Where is the... I forget where the... Where you go to go enter the world of Fall Guys. Oh, here he is. Blunder. Yeah, this guy. All right, let's test this out. Let's see if this Alchemist integrated GPU can handle Fall Guys. Fall Guys, here we go. But hold up, where's my... Oh, I can't. Oh, you can't change jobs here. Argentina's weird. You have the same products, double price, but some same price as US. Scalpers will be all over the new X3D. Intel i9 buyers will be drooling over new AMD stuff. I feel like most people that are on Intel are kind of like... There's two types of people that are on Intel. There's the type of people who don't even know about AMD, or they don't... Like, they're I don't know, they're like fearful or something of trying something different. And then there's the other type, which they're trying to do overclocking more. And they know how to overclock on Intel, but they don't know how to overclock on AMD. Or they don't like X3D because X3D can't overclock. But that could actually change with the Zen 5 version. Oh no. Okay, it's this one. Oh man, this is Fall Guys. Fall Guys is good. Man, the Alchemist got some weird shadow artifacting right there on the sunlight. The shaders don't look right on the Fall Guys. Okay, this is it. Fall Guys style. Don't fail me now, Intel Alchemist. That got me through that? Okay, here we go. Here we go. This is the stupid part. Oh, see, this is the retarded part. This is like that Ultimate Warrior Ninja show or whatever. Yeah, man, this is exactly what this is like. Oh, man. This is actually better than the main game, for real? This is the Final Fantasy 14 version of Fall Guys. Like how you're like, this is better than the actual game. This is the collaboration. This is a FOMO limited time event that's happening right now. Man, look at that Alchemist shader glitch. It is doing pretty good though. Like for this sort of instance-based stuff. See, it's doing almost 60 frames per second right here. All right, here we go. Here we go. I'm going yellow. Oh wait, I'm in the wrong one. I'm supposed to be blue. I just like what? I just YOLO'd that. I just YOLO'd that whole thing. Oh. Oh, there's 4 people that already fit. Oh man, there's only 2 people left. I gotta get through this quick. Oh, okay. Wow. The iGPU should do good since it's a laptop chip. Oh wow, it was dropping really pretty bad right there. Well, since I failed, I need to go back out and restart. Yeah, for this, you only need to get through 3 rounds to succeed. Let me see. So we're probably gonna switch games here. Let me see. What did we test last time? I know I tested Dragon's Dogma and Hogwarts Legacy. So I guess we can test Hogwarts Legacy next. Wait, was there a quest for this? Yeah, they had that event. Fall Guys was in session back from like, I think May up until Dawn Trail, or like a couple of weeks before Dawn Trail launched. So, but yeah, that was kind of that. All right, let's switch over to a different game here. Let's try Hogwarts Legacy. Oh, you know what? Is it gonna have to do the shader compile? Hold on, where is Hogwarts Legacy? There it is. All right, here we go. Yeah, it's gonna have to compile the shaders because we're changing to an Intel graphics instead of the AMD. So it's gonna have to recompile. Why did it put the game over here? Okay, here we go. Preparing shaders. Okay, this is it. How is it playing the game? 1080p. Intel graphics. FSR2 Ultra Performance. Let's just go with that for now. Actually, you know what? Hold on a second. We can use the XESS. Intel XESS. Let's start off with balanced mode. Actually, no. You know what? No. Let's do no upscaling. Pure 1080p. And low settings. Wait. 200? Is it using the right GPU? I have a feeling it's not using the right GPU. Yeah, it's using the Radeon card. It's using the 7900 XTX. How do I switch that over? That's not what it's supposed to be using. So wait, if I say AMD... No, that's not what I wanted to do, though. I wanted to use this one. Do I have to restart the game? Okay, let me try starting it again. Although it said Intel, why is it running off of the Radeon graphics card? It should have to recompile because of that. Okay. Now it's using Intel. Now it's using Intel because I can see in Task Manager the Intel graphics is now doing stuff. The AMD one was doing stuff. Now the AMD Radeon is asleep. And this is more normal for the compile. The compile just now is going by really good. This is going by slower. And the Alchemist wattage is now at around 100 watts. See, 157 watts while compiling the shaders. CPU is pegged at 100%. The other thing that I could tell, the other reason why I could tell my memory wasn't stable was when using the integrated graphics, there was artifacting on the screen. There was little speckles and flickers and stuff. That's indication that your memory is not stable. So with the RAM running at 6400, it is stable now. So yeah, none of those higher speeds seem to work. Four sticks of memory does work at 4800. I know it works on 4400. But I don't know. I don't trust any number above 4800 when running 4 sticks of memory. Okay, this is how it's supposed to run. Okay, this feels way more like not smooth. All right, this is it. So it's around 30 with very strange intervals where you can see the spike. You can see the frame spikes happen. It's like a fixed interval. There are frame spikes. Oh, the screen's black. Yeah, why aren't you guys seeing it? Hold on. Yeah, why is that not showing up? Oh, wow. It wasn't showing up the whole time? Wait, hold on. Why isn't it showing up? Yeah, why is it not showing up? I can't get it to appear for some reason. I mean, it's there. It's like 30 FPS, but why is it not? Yeah, it's not showing up for some reason. I don't know why. I'm tempted to like stop it and restart, although you guys will see like the stream, it'll look like the stream disconnected. Hold on, what am I even streaming at? Like what's the Hmm. I have a feeling I'm going to have to wait, what if I do this? Hold on. Maybe close Afterburner. Maybe Afterburner's causing a problem because it was hooked into the other. Wait, why? How did the overlay come back? Okay, I closed out of Afterburner. So maybe that was messing it up? No, that doesn't seem to do anything. Hold on, I'm just gonna close out of it and restart real quick. The stream will look like it went offline, but it'll come back. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with it. It doesn't want to capture it for some reason. Hold on, maybe restart the game. Let me restart the game. Well, it did recompile the shaders. The game did it automatically. Why does it say the game is still running? It's definitely using the Intel card. I don't know why this is not showing up now. Well, we may just have to go to a different game. Yeah, it just doesn't want to show this one for some reason. Yeah, okay, well, unfortunately, this one doesn't show up. Let's try a different game. Let's try Metaphor Refantasio. Actually, no. Let's try Dragon's Dogma. That would be the other one that I wanted to see. Why is this one trying to start up like that? Oh, this is trying to start up in 4K? Uh-oh. This is going to try to start in 4K? Oh, never mind. Hold on. I think it's compiling shaders again. But this one we should be able to get. This one should show up. Hopefully. Or not. Hmm. It's compiling shaders, but it's not showing up for some reason. Yeah, I don't know why this is happening. Like, why this is having a problem. We were able to get Final Fantasy to work, but none of these other ones seem to be working. Yeah, I don't know what exactly is going on here, though. Like, yeah, none of this seems to be working, actually. It is taking a long time. But it should show up on here. I don't understand why it's not showing. Like, nothing's in the way. Yeah, it's not getting it for some reason. Wait, what about slow mode? Slow mode? No, that doesn't do anything. That usually does work, though. Hold on. Maybe I should try one other thing here. I think there's something with the... I don't know. See, I don't know what the problem is. I assume that there's something with either Windows... Hold on, let me, I have to close it again and try it again. Hold on, I'm gonna try to relaunch it again with a different. I'm gonna try to launch a different style. Try running admin mode. See. Okay, it's working, but I think there's another problem going on. Because, hold on. I can't get it to capture the game. Game capture is broken for some weird reason. I don't know why. But I can capture it through window capture. So, this is not normally how I stream games. So, I don't really know what happened after I did that thing with Hogwarts Legacy. So let's try this game and see. No, I think there's actually something going on with Windows, because I am getting the activate Windows thing at the bottom right. And I think that once it said activate Windows, that's when OBS was no longer able to hook into anything. So I don't think it has anything to do with Intel. I think it has to do with, like, activate Windows. And when I try saying it, it's like, when I try activating it, it's like, we can't activate Windows on this device because the product key was already used on another device. Well, I mean, it's for this device, so I don't really know what's going on with this PC, other than having to, at this point, restart the entire computer. I'm not exactly sure what happened there. I did have to restore the Windows install because it got corrupted earlier today. So, yeah, I really think it's Windows, actually. It's not Intel. Well, I would not say that it's Intel, because I kind of think that as soon as I saw the little Windows watermark at the bottom right of the screen saying activate Windows, that's when I realized, okay, it's probably going to start shutting me out of access to certain things. One of those things is probably the game capture feature in OBS. Because it was working fine the whole time until I saw that little activate Windows pop up. So, you know who to blame? Microsoft. It's actually Microsoft. And Windows. Because it's like, yeah, this is like when you're trying to do a live stream and Windows wants to restart your computer because of a Windows update. Like midstream. You know, that kind of stuff. Alright, let's just get in here and see how this looks. We're not really going to be able to get much further, though, with this problem. I don't think it's Asus. I don't think it's Intel or Asus. I actually think it's Microsoft. With this activate Windows thing at the bottom right. Because I know when Windows is not activated, it really restricts the capabilities that you can do with the operating system. And I think one of the things is DirectX. Because the way game capture works is DirectX. And I think it's locked out, so I can't actually do anything. Hold on, let's see if Afterburner works again. Maybe not. Oh wow, so Afterburner doesn't work either. I can't get the... Oh, okay, there it goes. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, this is it. 17. What are we running the game at? $1080p. FSR 3 Ultra Performance. Ultra Performance. This game runs very poorly on Ultra, on Windows Ultra, if I remember correctly. I think this game, I think it runs better on the 13th gen Raptor Lake than this, if I remember correctly. And I know X3D runs this game a lot better than Core Ultra, but this is basically how it runs. We are running, I can't tell. So when we were testing this with 8700G last week, 8700G was doing pretty good, except it was constantly GPU bound. This, I can't tell if this is a CPU bound or a GPU bound. This is really bad, though. Alright, let's get out of here, city.
Pray,
11 frames per second. So this is... This is GPU bound. This is the integrated graphics bound. It's pegged at 100%. Yeah, it's running really bad. It's running real bad. Wow. This looks worse than PS3 right here. This is worse than the PS3. This is so bad.
You can count on me to fly to your aid in your hour of need, Master. Knowing when to use curatives is my specialty.
Okay.
You would gather materials here, Master.
Man, the FSR is insane. Hold on. I don't know what to do. Just turn off the FSR. Turn off FSR. Alright, now it's going to be native 1080p. Oh man, that's not good. 100 millisecond frame times. Whoa. Whoa. Oh man. Oh, it's not good. It's not good. Oh man. Whoa. Okay. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. Man, how can the 8700G be so much better than this? The 8700G was able to cope. This can't even cope. This is just stalling out, man. This isn't even doing anything. What is this?
I've just recalled a little tidbit.
Oh yeah, that's right. They had ARC exclusive bugs. Are those bugs still in here? Maybe they're still here though. Oh, whoa, no, they didn't fix them. They didn't fix them. I gotta get out of the house. The house is gonna crash the computer. I gotta get out of this house. I can't. It's slowing it down so much. I can barely move. Get out. Oh man, that was bad. Whoa, get away from that house. That was scary. That was scarier than Mr. X in Resident Evil 2. That was an invisible enemy. See, the problem with ARC, it's hilarious because they never fixed that. When you go inside a building, this, the ARC driver has a problem where it cannot handle the culled geometry. So I think there's a memory leak that starts because it tanks the FPS hard. Like we're talking like 1 frame per second. You do not want to be in there and let that sit. That'll crash the game. No, this is an APU. The graphics in this are comparable to what's in the APU. This is a mobile chip that's adapted to desktop. Just like the 8700G is a mobile chip adapted to desktop. This is derivative of last year's Meteor Lake architecture. The integrated graphics in this CPU is the exact same integrated graphics in the Meteor Lake APU from last year. It's just copy-pasted onto this. So no, this should be just as capable as the 8700G. It's actually a little bit worse, but man, this game plus Intel's driver does not mix. So it's like, this is like you do not want to play Dragon's Dogma 2 with any Intel graphics card. Like, as we learned earlier this year with the A770, you don't go into buildings. Like, you literally don't go into buildings if you're playing this on an Intel GPU. You cannot go in a building. Wow, this is like, man, something. You know why it feels so bad right here? Because the stupid buildings are right there. It's because of the object culling. There's too much geometry that's getting occluded, and because of that, it's causing. I can feel the frame time get worse as I run near buildings, even without going into them. I need to get away from there. No, we're not going in the house again.
If I might be so bold as to speak my mind, to think there would be so many former Arisen. They had a different air about them come to
Yes,
visit.
time dilation. You
It's
do
a
not want to go
curious
in there.
occurrence,
You really don't want to
no
go in the
doubt
building.
guided by fortune's fickle hand.
Hold on a second. Do I have Elden Ring installed on here? Elden Ring would be another good game to check. Is Elden Ring on here? Oh, it is. Okay. Yeah, we can test Elden Ring. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. There's too much object calling. There's too much object. It's happening. It's happening. I can't react. I can't react. It's going into single digits. Get out of the city. Anywhere where there's civilization is unsafe. We have to go where it's like... I don't know what's going on. Is there a memory leak? Like, the frame rate can't get back up to 11. It feels so bad. It's like a constant 100 millisecond frame time. Ark thrives in the fields. Okay, let's go to the fields then. We gotta go. This is like that one Halloween movie, Halloween 3 or Children of the Corn. This is like Children of the Corn right here. Don't summon the demon. And also, what's that other movie I was thinking of? Like, we don't want to be sticking around in this cornfields. They're going to end up running into Freddy Krueger and Michael Myers and Jason. All three of them are going to be in this field. They're literally probably just laying down in the grass. Just waiting for someone to step on them. What is this guy doing? What is this guy doing in the middle of nowhere?
Look, Master, a treasure chest.
A treasure chest? Where? Where's the treasure chest? Is it up on top? I can't go in there. This is making me nauseous. It's so, like, the frame rate is just so bad. I'm gonna get a headache if I keep playing this game. I'm serious. Now, where is this treasure chest? I don't see it, but I'm about to quit out of this game. This is making me feel sick. It's, oh, you know what? Maybe it's, yeah, you're right. It might be invisible because it can't render those objects properly. You're right. It might actually be like invisible. Well, okay, I'm not going to go in there, so that's fine, whatever. Alright, well, that's Dragon's Dogma 2. It's totally not playable. Let me see if there's a way to make it playable. Let's turn on FSR Ultra Performance, drop everything to the lowest settings, get rid of this. Turn off this, minimum. Lower all this stuff low. Low. Turn everything off. Just turn everything off. Off, off. Low. Okay, it went up. We gained like 4 FPS, but now it looks horrible. And the best it can do is like 17 frames per second. When desktop balance drops, you should revisit this game. Yeah, I know. This is definitely on the list. This is on the list. I will never forget the Arrow Lake launch. This launch is one that I will remember. And not in a good way, but this is one that I will remember. I don't know. I've never seen such a bad CPU launch. They never fixed the issues. I can't believe they never fixed the driver thing with this game. Anyway, whatever. This is kind of a niche game, so it is what it is. If you fly, you'll get more FPS. If I fly, it'll probably just turn into a slideshow. Okay. Now, let's try Elden Ring. Where is Elden Ring installed, though? Okay, here we go. AMD is gonna milk 9,000 X3D pricing 100%. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, blind me. White screen of death. Alright, let's see. Hopefully game capture works. If the game capture still doesn't... Oh, you know what? This game has anti-cheat engine. It's probably not going to... Oh, it's actually starting up, though. Okay, the game seems like it's working. But it's not capturing it. So that must be because of Windows not being activated. Yeah, why is it in 4K? I can't... Why does it go back? It doesn't let me save the resolution. It's like stuck at 1440p. I can't change it. This is so dumb. Full screen? Full screen 1080p? Okay, that fixed it. Ray tracing, we're not gonna run ray tracing, not on this integrated thing. Quality settings, low. Keep everything, wait, yeah, whatever, okay. Everything on the lowest possible settings. Okay, this is it. The Elden Ring. Actually, whoops, I keep pressing the wrong button. Hey, it's actually running quite good. It is using the integrated graphics. It's doing very good, actually. 54 frames per second? I forgot what the button was. Oh. Why am I unable to do... Hold up. How do I go back to Shadow of the Erdtree? Yeah, let's go to the Shadow of the Erdtree. Where's that... this thing? Activate Windows. Go to Settings to activate Windows. Wait, no, not... How do you do this again? That's not what I wanted to do. Yeah, do that. Okay, it's running the game pretty decently, I guess. Yeah, it's doing like what? 38 frames? This is on the lowest settings. See how it handles spell effects. $52. Hold up, I know what to do. What? Looking at the sky, still can't get it to go to 60? What? The best it could do is like 50s. Well, that's kind of disappointing. It should. One thing I noticed about Tai Chi, the Tai Chi is very good for, like, lots of RAM. It's not the best choice for high-speed RAM, but it's pretty good for a lot of RAM. But what's dropping the... Oh. So the Erdtree blessing happens here as well? but it's coming from the shadow tree. The skidoo tree. Like those Scooby-Doo snacks. Yeah, it's not really doing that good. I mean, it's... You know what's kind of disappointing? This is the lowest settings, but remember, this is 1080p. P-Core, E-Core is not going to help. It doesn't matter, because we're constantly being GPU bound. The Shadow Tree Chalice. Okay, see what's kind of weird? Look at the shadow. Notice how the player character's shadow is more well defined, but the horse is like a blob. The horse looks like something out of Minecraft in terms of the shadow. See that? This is weird. It's like the horse's shadow is like not good. It's a magical shadow. Shadow sunflower. Ooh. You know what? People are saying that this is Game of the Year, even though this is a DLC. Even the tree, see the moon and the tree? Parts of the tree looks like it's I don't know, invisible or something, or it's like it's fading away. Wait, hold on. Let's go to the Halloween area. Let's see how it runs with Halloween. This is like the scariest part of the entire game, actually. Like if you're someone who can't handle Silent Hill 2 or Resident Evil or Fatal Frame, do not go to this area in the game. Like this part of the game, I love how From Software, like they take the one game they make, they put like so many different styles of play and genre. The genre here, it's like, whoa. And the creepy music. Well, what's the sounds volume on this? Crank that music. It's so disturbing. I just watched the lore video from Vati on this area of the game. It awaits inside. It awaits inside, not outside, even though we just came out of a catacomb that kept going down and down and down in the elevators until you get to the depths. The very bottom of the world. And the water looks questionable. And there's a strange tinge of orange in the water, almost like it's a Halloween movie. Orange and yellow. Yeah, don't go here if you don't like Resident Evil or Silent Hill. That's all I can say. The spectral steed is frightened and cannot be summoned. I like how they explain the lore of why you can't use the horse here. Like, it's like, it creates a sense of urgency, and it's like when you first summon the horse, if you do it, like, you think, oh, it's cool. It's like, oh, I can break the tombstones with the horse. It can destroy the tombstones. You can get rid of the weird, like, Halloween vibe. You know, you can break all this stuff. Man, the lore of Elden Ring, though, is so good. But then you get to a certain point. It's like, nope. Oh, no. On foot. You have to tackle the whole area on foot. But anyway, so it looks like none of the areas in the game are able to get above 50, low 50s, I would say. Turn back while you are yet able. What game do you have that asks most of the CPU? I mean, Final Fantasy is an MMO. MMOs typically are very CPU bound. Dragon's Dogma 2 is what I would say, and we just played it. Yeah, that game is extremely CPU bound. The most CPU bound game this entire year. Don't let it see you. Once you are seen, there is no escape. It cannot even be touched. The ROG Ally is better than this? It's probably similar. Yeah, well, you know what? Maybe. It probably is better, yeah. Man, this place is creepy. I hear something. The sheep, their eyes are glowing yellow like they're on fire. It's got that Michael Myers vibe going on here. That thing literally rolled away from me. Probably one of the most memorable areas, though, I will say, in the DLC is the Abyssal Woods. The Abyssal Woods and Midra's Manse, for sure. I'm surprised I ran all the way past that. The 8700G is what is in the ROG Ally. Yeah, so that would explain why it would perform a little bit better than this. It wouldn't do that much better than this, but it would be better than this. I mean, Dragon's Dogma 2 might be the outlier. Like, that might just be, like, the one game that just performs really bad because of the Intel driver more than anything. Even though it's a CPU bottleneck. Man, this place is so good. Like, their way of creating the creepy atmospheric world. From the lowest lows, man, that's a giant rat. That big one. That's a big boy right there. Yeah, everything here is causing madness build up. It's all causing madness. It leads to insanity. Well, I mean, it depends. I kind of think this, because your character can be very OP, this place is probably not as scary as Silent Hill 2. But this place, I mean, if you knew what is actually here, you would probably think this is scarier than Silent Hill. Silent Hill doesn't really have the sort of thing, like this part of the game has, there's a thing here, I'm not gonna spoil it. There's a thing in this forest that you do not want to run into. Let's just say that. The developers put messages, let's put it this way, it's very, very rare for From Software to give you hints, like actual, like written notes in the game from the developers. This is a developer note, this is not a player note. This one's a player note, but this one, it cannot even be touched. Once you are seen, there's no escape. And don't let it see you. These are notes left by the actual developers. So it's like, there's a reason why they put those notes there. But anyway, this is probably one of the most memorable areas of the DLC. It's known as the Abyssal Woods. It is extremely hard to find. But then we can also go to the highest of the highs. All the way to the top of Mount Doom itself. In the land of Mordor. To the Jagged Peak. Now, since I've already cleared the entire DLC, like, there's no enemy, like, there's no major bosses, but this is where another giant optional boss was. The Dragon Bale. At the top of Mount Doom. But anyway, yeah, and it looks like we're not able to get 60 frames per second at all, no matter what. It seems like the highest I'm able to do is if I look at the sky, I can get 50. Oh, okay, it's touching 60. It's kind of touching 60. So it's getting close. It actually touched 60 there when staring at the skybox. But anyway, this is Elden Ring. This is probably Game of the Year. It's either going to be between this, Shadow of the Erdtree, which is this. Although I personally do not think a DLC should be Game of the Year, but a lot of people are saying that this is Game of the Year. Unless Dragon Age, Veilguard, or whatever that game is that's coming out soon, unless that or some other thing can overtake it. You're going, after you watched all the videos, you're going MSI, but you've convinced to go ROG. How have I convinced you to go ROG? I don't understand how I convinced you to go ROG. If you can find MSI, MSI is actually probably offering you better value. I wanted to get the Ace, but it wasn't in my area, so that's how I ended up with this motherboard. I kind of want to do like one co-op session, but if there's anybody out there that can summon me. Best graphics in a game go to Wukong. But there were a lot of games that had good graphics, though, that came out this year. Wukong is definitely not Game of the Year, though. The gameplay is a little bit repetitive. And if you're comparing that game to this game in terms of exploration, this game shreds that game when it comes to world exploration and level design. Best graphics go to Hellblade 2. See, I actually had more fun playing Dragon's Dogma 2 than Black Myth Wukong. I mean, I thought Wukong was a good game, but you know what was another good action game that came out this year? Stellar Blade. Stellar Blade was also really good. Wukong had better graphics. I think Wukong's combat is easier than Stellar Blade's, unless you're playing Stellar Blade on the easier difficulty level. Wukong is Game of the Year on both graphics and gameplay, even though... See, I don't agree. As someone who actually played Wukong, I don't think it's as good as people say. It's not a bad game, but it's not like a 10 out of 10. And I'm somebody who plays a lot of action games. So, and there's other people... There are other, like, much larger streamers than me that have the exact same opinion. But it's good. I mean, it's not it's not bad by any means, but it's definitely not as good as some other games that have come out. Like, I actually think, well, technically Final Fantasy 16 doesn't count because that was last year on PS5, but Final Fantasy 16's combat system is better than Wukong. Elden Ring is... I don't know how you can find Elden Ring repetitive. Elden Ring has literally like so many ways of playing. There's like so many like ways you can play this game. There are so many builds. There's magic builds. There's pyromancy. There's sword and board. There's parry builds. There's range archery builds. There's so many like interesting build variety in this game. It does not seem boring at all. No way. The way I ended up beating the final boss of the DLC was, I'll show you what I did. I went with the best shield, and I went with, where's that spear? I ended up having to kill the boss resorting to King Leonidas' tactics from the movie 300. Where's that spear at? This one. Clayman's Cold Harpoon plus... I didn't even level up to plus 25. This is how I killed the final boss. I stood behind my shield, and I poked him to death. That's how I killed the final boss of Shadow of the Erdtree. That's it. I imagined the scene... You guys remember the scene in the movie 300 where the Spartans take up their phalanx stance? And they have all their shields up. There's not a single hole in the defense. Those immortals or whatever, like, run up at them. And they run up and hit the shields, can't do anything. And the Spartans just stab them. And just shield, stab, move forward. Shield, stab, shield, stab. They just do this. They just do this the whole time. Just poke, poke, poke. And this thing has frost buildup, and the final boss is weak to frost in this DLC, which is interesting. So you just poke him to death. You can either there's also like poison builds too. I mean, there's so many like it's like, yeah, this looks repetitive, but hey, if it works, it works, you know? That's how I killed the final boss in the DLC. Nothing fancy. Nothing really cool looking, no flashy moves, no giant spells. Just hold the shield up, stab, 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 and just recover stamina, like, while he's doing stuff. So, It's so good. This became my favorite build. After I killed the final boss, I ended up like going and co-oping, helping other people killing the boss using this cheesy strategy. Just stand there and tank and poke. Anyway, it looks like no one needs any help. So I guess that's it for this game. Okay. Let's see, what else? Tested Elden Ring. Let's try Trails Through Daybreak. Oh, East Nordics is out. Is there a way for me to full screen this and just... Is this running on the correct GPU? I feel like this is running on the wrong GPU. It might be on the Radeon. Oh, it's not capturing it because I need to make it like windowed mode or something. And then I can go over here. There it is. Let me see. Let's do full screen again. Okay, this is not right. This is using the Radeon GPU. I don't understand why some of these games, even though I've told them to not use the... It's like I have to manually assign it. This is why I really feel like I should have physically removed the graphics card like I did for the 8700G to avoid this problem of the Windows trying to put the game on the discrete card instead of the integrated. Like, no, Windows, you do not get to decide. I'm deciding for you. I want power savings, integrated graphics. I feel like I'm using a laptop having to tell it to do this. Like, force it to use the integrated GPU. Where's my... Okay, we probably need to run this in windowed mode, because every time I do full screen, I can't see the thing. Okay, well, at least now, just whatever, just go in here. Okay, now it's using the integrated GPU. Okay, yeah, this is, okay, now it's correct. Did I not save? It wants to play this cutscene again? We had to go through all this. I thought it auto-saved. I guess it didn't. Okay. So what are the settings? Ease Nordics should run the same. So we're playing actually the game on medium. Console. Let's play it on the console preset. This is console settings. It looks like it can do 45 FPS on console settings.
Say, why not take some flowers with you?
You ate sushi? Or you ate lobster? This is another RPG series that doesn't really get much coverage. Like, no one really knows about this series. This series has been around for a relatively long time now, about 20 years. Hey, at least it doesn't mess up when you go inside buildings.
The sky is always watching over us.
I mean, this frame rate is high enough that I would consider it playable, if that's what you mean. Like, it's not like the frame times are bad. At least it's got consistent frame times in the 40s. So yeah, I would say this feels playable. Where am I supposed to go? Old Town? Oh, I'm supposed to do something here. Yeah, I mean, the frame rate's not jumping all over the place, so as long as it's a consistent frame rate, I think it's fine. Consistently mediocre? I mean, yeah, it's like whatever, but for integrated graphics, I feel like it's doing about 13% worse than the 8700G. Dragon's Dogma, it did significantly worse, just because that game in particular seems to have some kind of problem with Intel's driver, but other than that one being the weird one-off case, like, so far it seems like it's okay for most of these other games. Like, if you're someone who plays games like this, you're probably not gonna have that much of a problem. Let's try to make this more playable. Now I really want to know how it runs. Oh, performance mode, okay. Performance mode. All I can tell is it looks more flickery, but it didn't really improve. So I kind of think console is better. Let's do default. Default. Default graphics settings, it falls down into the 30s. So this is the default graphics, which I believe this is like PlayStation 5 mode or something. Oh no, console, well, this game is also on PlayStation 4, so I kind of think console mode is PS4 Pro, maybe? And the performance, or the default might actually be PS5. Let's do high. Surprisingly high. Oh yeah, no, I can feel it's slower. It's definitely choppier. It's like closer to 30 now. And you can see the frame time graph is moving around a lot more. Let's try it on ultra. Oh, it's interesting. It says here High says enables several graphics improvements which are not too performance intensive, a balanced selection for gaming PCs. Ultra says in red for high-end gaming PCs. So only try Ultra if you have a high-end gaming PC. Well, the fact that this literally says Ultra on the box means this is a high-end gaming PC, so we should be able to handle this on Ultra settings. Oh, man. 13 frames per second. Oh. Whoa. Slow down. Oh, yes. This is the Ultra experience right here. Yeah. Going real slow. Like there's some kind of audio lag or distortion. Oh, the camera turns slower.
Off we go.
Slow down. Slow down. Maybe inside it's better? Man, indoors feels worse for some reason. The frame times are like in the 70s. This is for ultra gaming PCs only. It's funny because this game at first glance doesn't look like it's gonna be that hard to run.
Right.
But it actually has an ultra preset that separates the discrete graphics cards from the integrated ones. Man, there's a huge drop in frame rate going to ultra from high. If I drop this to high, look at that. It more than doubles the frame rate dropping it down to high. I think the best one for this computer is probably performance. Yeah, performance gives us around 50 frames per second. It's like upper 40s. What was it inside that building? With Intel, you always have to check the inside buildings. Yeah, see, this one it's doing good in the building.
Right.
The door doesn't open for her. It opens for him, it didn't open for her. What's weird is I feel like console settings didn't seem to make it that much harder to run than performance. See, like it's still mid 40s on console and it does look a lot better than performance. Intel Core Ultra must be false advertisement. There was no Ultra performance. Yeah, I feel like console preset is probably how I would actually play this game if I was forced to play it on these integrated graphics. But yeah, so that's pretty much Trails. Ease Nordics probably runs the same way because it's using the same engine. Okay, so that was Trails Through Daybreak. Now we need to try Metaphor Refantasio, and this will probably be the last one. Oh wow, this one put it on the wrong monitor. Why is it over here? I need to move the display. How do I... Okay, there we go. Also, what? Wait, what is it using? Okay, it's using integrated graphics. That's good. The display is wrong. It's trying to run the game at 4K. Why is it still so gigantic? It's supposed to be 1080p. Why is the window so big? Yeah, this is why I have to play it using... I gotta figure out why it's messed up. I think it has to do with Windows needing to be activated. Maybe this set this to Windows so I can actually fix it. There we go. Okay, so similar to Trails Through Daybreak, it still seems to be running like 40, upper 40s. Although, what is the settings on this one? This is another one that could be like best RPG of the year. There's a lot. It's gonna be between this and Final Fantasy VII, I can already tell. Low. It's already on the low preset. I mean, this isn't really going to help because it's not going to go to 60. On low preset, it's doing upper 40s. And this isn't even, like, outside. But what this tells me is that, similar to the Ryzen 8700G, you can play a vast array of single-player games, even modern games like this, at 1080p, as long as you're playing the game on low settings. So it seems like we're almost to the point where 1080p is achievable for entry-level GPUs, whether we're talking integrated graphics like this or very, very entry-level discrete GPUs. Now, entry-level GPU, like discrete GPUs, are going to outperform this, but the way I look at it is when an integrated graphics card like this can handle, I shouldn't say card, this is integrated graphics can handle the game at 1080p, it moves the average forward. This seems like it's playable to me. Upper 40s seems like it's playable.
You're kidding. Time for bed.
Well, nonetheless,
we're actually progressing the story on this one.
Huh? I'm pretty sure I fell asleep. Well, then it's just as I thought. While you're asleep, our connection is much stronger. You wield your magic with ever more confidence. Splendid. As I mentioned previously, the archetype grows and develops anew through encounters with others. Look for those bearing the nobility and presence of the heroes and kings of old. More virtuous than the weight of any crown or medal is the burden you place on your own path forward. The more comrades and supporters who stand beside you, the more your power will deepen as you soar to new heights. One day, if the people join hands and seize the freedom to decide their own future with their own power just as you do, that is my ideal world.
Hold on. What do you mean, supporters? We're trying to keep out of the public eye here.
I mentioned before, did I not? There is no hero without allies, only a single voice in opposition. In other words, even archetypes have their own strengths and weaknesses. They'll be of little use if used thoughtlessly. Life and death are seconds apart on the battlefield. Be attentive, mindful, and strategic. Only then can you emerge victorious. When you feel unsure how to proceed, I recommend you stop, assess your surroundings, and think. The smallest observation is often our greatest inspiration. Well, it's almost dawn. I will be watching with great anticipation. Until we meet again. The royal funeral draws ever closer. 4 days remain.
This is one of those games that makes me think of Lightning Returns or Majora's Mask, because it has this time thing, a time limit. Okay, we need to go here, right?
Let's go.
Great.
Alright, here we go. Let's see how this game runs out in the field.
Escaping the dragon's threat in the Nord mines, the party shakes their pursuers amidst the discovery of great powers. To make up for lost time, they risk hiring a coach to secret them the rest of the way to the capital. The royal funeral draws ever closer. 2 days remain.
Wait, what happened? Was I supposed to do something different? Oh, I think I was supposed to get a carriage or something?
Finally, we found a ride. Looks like we should make it in time for the funeral after all.
How did we lose 2 days?
Last time we rode in a public carriage, it was hit by bandits. A pack of Louise zealots too, if I remember. Talk about a nasty surprise.
You've come a ways since then. Any bandits who set on us now are in for a nasty surprise.
Reminds me of the road to the fort. Sitting there in the cart. Never could have imagined you and I would be the only survivors. Strange. How fast life can change. You okay? Unfortunately, I'd not had time to put any names to faces. Don't even know the name of the Roussant fellow we talked down.
The last couple days have certainly been eventful. Almost feels like everything we thought we knew about the world was wrong.
Well, plenty of people live their lives without taking a single step outside their city. But we haven't the luxury of
Graphics is
ignorance,
pegged
I
at
suppose.
100%.
We're almost to the capital. Quiet now, and stay sharp.
Oh man, 35
Right.
frames.
Welcome back, and thank you for making the trip.
After so long, I am only surprised anyone remained here who yet remembered me.
Surely you
31
jest, me lady.
FPS.
Pay me no mind. I heard of the king.
29
The
FPS.
skyline is full of
It's
unfamiliar
struggling.
figures. Tis a testament to how long I've been away.
It's the guard that's changed the most. It's just chaos and politics there, arguing over matters of succession. Feels like we've lost sight of who we're even protecting. Not to mention talk of monsters at the border. We've nowhere near enough soldiers to deal with them on top of everything else.
After tomorrow, the city will calm. Once the formality of the funeral is past, a new king will be crowned. After which, I suppose there'll be no further need of a search party.
It's having trouble.
Not many even.
Ooh, that city is probably hard to
in the first
render. I think
place.
there's something going on with the city.
The royal funeral draws ever closer. One day remains.
Well, it keeps on doing this, skipping the days. I feel like, am I doing something wrong? Am I supposed to get those 4 days total?
Escaping the Nord mines, the party hailed a horse-drawn coach and returns now to Grand Trad, capital of Uchronia, the day before the royal funeral. As they gaze upon the city, flags of
It's like
flame
Oregon
flutter
Trail.
in the wind. The
It's like the covered
magnitude of
wagon
mission
from Oregon
strikes
Trail.
its toll on the heart.
Dun dun dun, bad water. Dun dun dun. Lost trail for 9 days. Oh man, 20 FPS in the city.
The fog's rolling in. Rain's the last thing we need.
Can this funeral withstand more misfortune? I've heard they don't have enough soldiers to keep the peace.
Oh, it'll be fine. All the aristocrats are bringing their own personal guards. I imagine Baldwin.
How come the characters talking are out of focus and the characters in the
Let's not
background
draw
are in
attention to
focus?
ourselves. There's a hostelry tucked at the back of Sunshade Row, the Hushed Honeybee Inn. We'll talk details once we're there.
Here we go.
All right, this is it.
That's terribly
Okay, here we go. Now the true performance of the game in the city. Whoa.
That's terribly unfair.
24 frames. It's good. Look at that wave. It's got a sinusoidal wave going on. Look at that frame time graph. Sine wave. Cosine wave. Man, this thing's on fire. UI's mega polluted. Yeah, I know, right? I don't know how to get rid of it, some of that stuff. Hold on, where's the... Let me see if I can fix this. It's already on the lowest settings, except rendering scale hasn't been dropped yet. We're still rendering at 100% 1080p. I guess I could turn the anti-aliasing off. FXAA doesn't really do that much, though. Let's turn that off. See if anti-aliasing makes it... Like, no AA, let's see if it's better. Well... I turn around and look at the Oregon Trail, and you get 48 frames per second. You turn around and you look at the city, and it goes to 33 frames per second.
That's the end of this, man. You hear this?
Oh man, this game's hard to run. What happened here?
Now then.
Should we help this guy?
Hey!
Is the guy on the ground dead? Is he alright?
You are.
Wait, what? I don't understand. There's like a dead guy in the road? Looking at the floor makes it go to 45 FPS. Looking at the sky makes it go to 45 FPS. Wow, this game is hard to run.
What now?
This game's hard to run. Oh no, Trails is harder because Trails is like 12 FPS on Ultra. The only thing I can do now is lower the resolution scale to 75%. But now it's no longer full 1080p. Now it's lower. But hey, now it looks like it's actually staying above. Well, no, it still goes to 25. What I can't understand here is if this is like a... This cannot be a CPU bound problem. This has got to be some kind of object culling problem with the Intel driver, which we have seen with Dragon's Dogma 2. But yeah, this is not good. Like, the 8700G didn't do this. So, to me, this points to it being some kind of driver problem with the Intel not doing object culling properly, or it's not memory managing it correctly. Can I go inside here? No. See, like, this 28 FPS is just not good. Like, look at that. 22? Really? It's that hard to run?
What now?
Let's go render res to half of 1080p. Half of 1080p. So this is sub 1080p. Whoa. It looks like early PS3 game now. Maybe even PS2 quality. Yeah, man, it still drops to 27 frames per second. I don't know what's going on here. I don't understand why. I think it's the Intel driver is just borked. It just doesn't work correctly with some of these games. These niche games. That's unfortunate because, see, this is the sort of thing. Like, this is the reason why people aren't buying the Intel Arc GPU. It's too inconsistent experience. Like, look at this. Right over here. 60 FPS. 60 FPS when looking at Oregon Trail. Then you go over here and you go out into the middle of the city and like, what is going on? What is this? There's like nothing here.
Whatever will I do?
They're telling me I'm not supposed to go there. Where am I supposed to go? Alright, well, obviously this doesn't seem to help. So in that case, it's some kind of... It isn't even this. Like, it's... Make it go to the low settings. See, here it still looks good. It just runs bad. Head to the inn. Where is that? It's not here. I guess it's over here.
Incredible.
You can't go in here?
Aha.
Just pathetic.
Look, I don't give a toss who's king. I just want some coin.
Got it.
Do you need something?
This makes me think of Dragon's Dogma 2, except with a different art style.
Idiot.
Come on.
Crowd on this street looks pretty rough.
Watch out for pickpockets. You can bet they'll all see you as an easy mark.
Hold on, I just thought of another game. Do I have it installed on here? Lords of the Fallen. Hold on, let's see if we can install that real quick. Just, oh, well, it's probably gonna take too long. Surprisingly, it's not that large for a UE5 game. It's only 31 gigabytes.
What is it?
This place.
Got it.
You're back.
Papa, welcome home.
Well, hello, my Maria. I trust you've been staying out of trouble. These are, well, new recruits. Just enlisted.
So young. It's good to meet you. I'm Fabienne. This inn is my business and my home. Manners, Maria.
Welcome.
Hey, I'm wasting away over here. Where's my order?
Maria, could you handle that?
Yes, right away.
You're back sooner than I thought.
So wait, the
Something happened.
prices are doubled in Argentina. Argentina for the 30, no, not the 4090 is $3,000.
I've already asked so much of you, but
Argentinian pesos is
Maria a little while longer.
Oh wow.
Of course. It wouldn't be the honeybee without her.
Man, the fact that it's not an exact number makes it kind of hard because it's like if it was $1 equals 1,000 Argentinian pesos, that would be relatively easy to convert because it's 1,005. It's like a, you know what I'm saying? It's, I mean, at least it's a divisible by 5 type number.
So good.
Oh, spicy. I can't feel my tongue.
Oh, pipe down and eat, boy.
That was delicious, especially the meat. I wasn't expecting it to have such a kick, but it grows on you fast.
Red grass roasted bidao. Bird meat. One of her hometown specialities.
XTX in Brazil is about 1,100 USD. That's actually not that bad. That's not, in the Brazil price is not really that bad.
I owe her more than I can say.
You said we were short-handed, but are we really the only ones?
I know we've plenty of independent agents fighting in their own ways, but it seems none could avail themselves to us, which means we're the only ones who can do this.
Still, killing Luis. That's not going to be an easy feat.
Grius, do you have a plan? Fill us in.
Midway through the funeral, in broad daylight. That's insane.
It's risky, to be sure, but we'll never find a better chance at confronting the man directly. Don't worry. I'll be the only one getting close to him. I'll need you to draw Luis's attention from a different location. All I need is an opening. And don't rely on your fancy powers for this, all right? It'll attract too much attention. Killing a man and slaying a beast are two very different things. This is all I need.
You're joking. You and that kitchen knife against an archmage. Isn't there anything we can do to help?
No, you'll just get in the way. Besides, this kitchen knife can slit his throat like the swine he is. A fast kill, if not a clean one. It's nothing I've not done before. Give me my opening, and the man's dead.
I really don't know about this.
Stop fussing. Leave it to me. One last thing. Keep Maria company a while, would you? The girl gets lonely on her own.
Aren't you at least going to tuck her in?
You've got to prepare tonight. Too much still needs doing. And best that it's done as far from her as possible.
And there's his fatherly side, I suppose. Sorry, but I'm going to bed early. I need a full night's rest if I don't want to be a liability.
Well, we've all been short on time to ourselves, but I'd feel bad leaving Maria all alone. Shall we go check in on her, at least?
Look at that.
Oh, is this where I can save?
What now?
People were buying PS5s for $1,000 there. Wow. Okay, I'll do one more game as a bonus. We will do Lords of the Fallen. This is a Unreal Engine 5 game that is very hard to run when it first came out. Let me add it here. Lords of the Fallen. So manually set it to run on Intel integrated graphics. Hopefully it actually runs on the graphics. Oh wait, no, this got easy anti-cheat. Is it going to mess up? Don't blue screen. This game has easy anti-cheat. Actually, I don't remember it being in here. They must have added it. Because I know Elden Ring had it. This game, I don't think it had it. It says there is a known issue with Rivatuner included with the MSI Afterburner and Lords of the Fallen. Please shut down Rivatuner or it may cause the game to crash. Okay. I didn't shut it down. I kept it running. Let's see what happens. Now, they have made a lot of changes to this game. This game is a year old now, but man, this was probably my most... This was the game I had the most fun playing last year. Out of all the games that came out last year, this one was one of my favorites. Hopefully, it's not going to crash. It's compiling the shaders. Shaders are being compiled to enhance performance during your adventures in Mornstead. Depending on your hardware, this process may take a few minutes. Okay. Hold on, how do I need to get this to be windowed. Windowed full screen? No. Full screen. Let's do that. Is that windowed? No, it's not. What's going on here? Lords of the Fallen. Okay. This is it. Wow, it looks so much better than it used to at launch. We'll just do 60 lock. I don't think we're actually gonna go beyond 60. Graphics. It said it did auto. It autoed a lot of stuff. I think it's because it knows that there's an integrated GPU or a discrete GPU in here. Why is it not doing what I told it to do? I told it to not do full screen. I said windowed. There we go. And it's not using the integrated graphics. It's using the Radeon graphics. It's using my 7900 XTX. This is not how it's supposed to work. You'll need to verify that it's stable. Hold on, why did it not do this? Okay. Wait, easy anti-cheat, what? The Lords of the Fallen. Okay, Windows was still trying to decide. Let's try this again. Waiting for game. Red Eyes Black Dragon, thanks for the sub. It looks like it's still running on AMD's Radeon card. Yeah, this is a very stubborn game. Man, UE5, it's like Windows is like, no, we won't let you run this Unreal Engine 5 game on your integrated graphics. It's for your own good. No, this is running on Radeon 7900 XTX because I can see it light up. It lights up and it starts doing stuff. I'm like, no, that thing needs to go back to sleep. Is there a way to select the GPU in here? No, there's no way. Oh, now it just switched everything to Ultra. That didn't do anything. Discard the changes. Alright, well that didn't work. Okay, so I guess we're done. I need to figure out the whole activate Windows problem because of having to redo it earlier. Yeah, that was kind of lame. Yeah, so far I am not very happy. This has not been a very positive experience overall. Say what you will about the Zen 5 launch, at least it was not riddled with weird problems like this. But yeah, this is definitely probably going to be a pass. I would recommend anybody thinking of getting a new PC, wait like literally it's less than 2 weeks. Wait until the day the PS5 Pro comes out, because that's when the X3D is supposed to launch as well. Let me go to this actually. So, hold on. Let me show this thing here. X3D. Where's that article about X3D? Someone had posted it in the Discord. I saw it earlier. About X3D being upside down. Here it is. Yeah, so this article. Where is it? Okay. So this article on the Tech Power Up that came out today. AMD Ryzen 7 9800 X3D has the CCD on top of the 3D V-Cache die, not under it. So what that means is that if this is true, if this is in fact true, that means that it will be possible to overclock this normally, potentially, because it'll be easier to cool when you overclock it, unlike with the way it's been with X3D. Because with the current X3D CPUs, with the cache being on top of the CCD, all that heat from the CCD has to travel through the cache to get out of the CPU via the IHS. So now that they've turned it upside down, if they have actually turned it upside down, that means now the heat just goes direct to the IHS because the CCDs are where the cores are, and that's where the majority of the heat is generated. So this could actually be really, really good. Would it be handled? Would it handle heat 360 deep cool? Why wouldn't it? I mean, an air cooler would be able to handle this. So yeah, this is actually very, very good, if true. If this is in fact true. In July of this year, on one of the episodes of Tech Thursdays, or one of the weekend streams, I remember talking about potential redesigns to X3D. One of them I thought was this, but at the time I said that I think they're going to actually flatten it or make the CCD die a little bit wider so they could fit the 3D on the to the side of the cores. But it looks like if they're doing the upside down one, then yeah, I mean, this makes sense. This is a smart way to do it. The challenge of this is they're going to have a lot of silicon vias running between the cores down to the interposer. It's going to have to travel through the 3D V cache to get to the interposer to connect to the fabric. So that is one thing that could be different, but I think that this is going to make it so that it performs better. This is potentially going to allow, at the very least, this means that it will clock higher than 5 gigahertz. So that is a very good thing. So we may be looking at a very good CPU overall, or one that actually ends on a positive note for the year, because so far all the other CPUs that have launched this year have been kind of underwhelming unless you're doing like productivity and you're not doing gaming. Like the fact that none of the CPUs that launched this year were able to overtake the X3D Zen 4 CPUs from last year says a lot in terms of silicon and chip design slowing down in terms of innovation, and there needing to be newer ways of rethinking how software is optimized. So anyway, guys, that's probably going to be it for this stream. I'm going to keep working on the Arrow Lake, try to get it to run better. There's a lot of stuff that in the BIOS that I realized going through the BIOS today. I have been so out of the loop on how much Intel has changed things with this new generation that I really don't know what's going on. So I need to get up to speed on understanding the ins and outs of this new Arrow Lake CPU, so I can probably do some more guide videos in the future for the 2 people that are interested in this product. That being said, we're probably gonna end the stream here. You thought Nova should be able to do 8,000. Depends on the RAM kit more than anything else. But the board does make a huge difference in being able to do 8,000 or not. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for this stream. Like and subscribe to the channel if you like this sort of content on the PC DIY. And I will see you guys on the next episode of Tech Thursdays this coming week. Until then, take care, and I will see you guys then. Bye.